Have you ever wondered why the ultra-rich keep obsessively talking about the year 2030 and preparing for it like it's a global deadline? Because 2030, ice and tea, just another year on the calendar. It's the turning point that could reshape everything about the world we live in and the future we're walking into. Right now, while billions of ordinary people are focused on surviving day-to-day problems, the richest 0.01% are quietly preparing for something massive they refuse to publicly explain. They're buying millions of acres of farmland, securing private islands armed with private military forces, and constructing underground bunkers deeper and stronger than most government facilities. At the same time, they're pouring billions of dollars into artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, space colonization, and advanced surveillance technologies designed to control populations. But the question nobody is asking is this: why are they preparing so aggressively? And why, specifically for 2030, what? Do they know that we don't? Because they believe 2030 is the moment when the world will split into two very different groups. The ones who control the future, and the ones controlled by it. Look closely at the patterns and ask yourself why billionaires are suddenly abandoning major cities and relocating to remote, secure locations far away from ordinary society. Why are they stockpiling massive reserves of food, water, medicine, and even private energy systems as if they expect global infrastructure to collapse? Why are they attending secret closed-door meetings where absolutely no media or public observers are allowed to enter or record anything ever discussed? Because they know something the rest of the world isn't being told, and they're preparing long before the world realizes what is coming. They're not reacting to danger, they're planning for a future they themselves are designing and controlling from the shadows. Think about it carefully. Why are governments around the world promoting the idea that by 2030 ordinary people will own nothing and be happy? Why are global digital currencies being rolled out simultaneously, replacing cash and eliminating financial privacy at an unprecedented speed? Why is every major industry, from food to energy to transportation, shifting towards centralized control in the hands of the few instead of the many? The ultra-rich see a future where physical money disappears, where every purchase is monitored, every movement is tracked, and every action can be approved or denied digitally. And once data becomes the primary currency, the people who control the data will control the entire planet and everyone living on it. While regular people argue online about politics, inflation, and distractions designed to divide society, the elites are building their escape routes and safety nets in total silence. They're purchasing multi-passport citizenships in remote countries with minimal regulation and zero extradition policies. They're investing in floating ocean cities designed to operate outside national laws and beyond democratic control. They're funding private space programs to leave Earth entirely once global instability reaches a breaking point. They're preparing for a world where borders, governments, and democracy no longer matter, where the only real power is wealth and control. And everything happening in 2030 isn't accidental. It's intentional, coordinated, and engineered to reshape global power forever. The harshest truth is that the plan isn't about improving life for humanity, it's about reducing competition, consolidating resources, and securing absolute control. The real objective is to reduce independence, reduce freedom, and reduce the influence of the majority, so the smallest elite minority can control everything. Ask yourself an uncomfortable but necessary question. Why would billionaires spend billions preparing for global disaster unless they were absolutely certain disaster is coming? And even more disturbing, who is creating the disaster they're preparing for, and who stands to benefit when the world collapses? This isn't some random conspiracy theory. It's a coordinated blueprint hidden in plain sight. And the evidence is everywhere if you look closely enough. Because if you think the people in charge will protect you when everything falls apart, you're wrong. They're only protecting themselves. The world you grew up in is disappearing faster than anyone realizes. And by the time the truth is finally revealed, it may be too late for most people to do anything about it. And here, as the final reality no one wants to face, 2030 is not the future, it's the deadline the ultra-rich have been preparing for over a decade. They're ready for what's coming. They're positioned above everyone else, and they're already playing a game most people don't even know exists. So the only question left is the most important one of all: when everything changes, which side of the line will you stand on?